Smile. This is a day in the life, Samuel.
We're putting the second pass of this on now. And as I said, this stuff ruins your tools, hence cheap handboard and our flexi trowel I don't really care about. Now look at this. Sam was up here just then helping me, my brother-in-law. Come here, come round here. Zoom into this. Can you see that? Can you see the hair on the end of this? Focus. That's off his forehead because he's just took a big chunk of skin out on the bottom of that on his head. So he's gone home now to go and get a plaster. Blood squirting on the top of his head. He wasn't very happy either. Can anybody explain to me why, for some reason, whenever we have scaffolding done, they never go like right where you need them to go? They always leave a little bit where you got it. I mean, the bottom level goes right out past the house, and then the top level doesn't. So I've got to sort of like fly over to that bit over there and do it. Which, I mean, we can reach it off ladders, but we've got to move like ladders back and forth and stuff to be able to get to it, which is a bit of a... Oh.
Oh, we can reach.
Sort of reach it there. Someone asked me the other day in one of my videos, if this stuff is so crap to use, why do you use it? But because it's fantastic for sticking to the insulation. It's flexible, like literally if you get a little dry piece of this, a little sample piece of it, you can basically, it's like chewing gum to spread. Once this stuff is set, you can literally fold it in half and it doesn't crack. So, I mean, it's great stuff because it's so flexible, and it doesn't break, but it's just horrible to put on. It's horrible to rub up as well. The minute you touch it, if you go over a bit that's already on now, it just drags and tears. So people, like literally, we've only put that on about us. I'll show you. For the benefit of the people that don't know, I'll show you. I've literally just worked my way along this wall now. So imagine I was going to put some mesh in this now. Imagine I was going to put some mesh in, I push it in, and I try and bed it in, trowel it in. This stuff, it just, the minute you touch it, it just starts sliding off. And it's worse when it's on the first pass because this has got a good key to stick to. This stuff is drying into this, whereas the first pass is going straight onto the polystyrene itself. So when it drags, there's no suction whatsoever. The whole thing just slides and you end up with big clumps of it. So that's the reason why. That's the reason why I don't like to put the mesh on afterwards. I put it on first. And then, you know, some people might think, oh well, you know, the mesh isn't going to work as good because it's not embedded in the material, but really, if you think about it, it is. And think about when you put scrim on plasterboard, you know, self-adhesive scrim, that goes on first, the plaster goes on afterwards. You know, I've never, in all my years of doing these, I've never seen one crack, ever. I mean, this stuff probably doesn't even need mesh, it's that good. I mean, I'm not saying don't use it, always put it in, but it's that flexible. It's just amazing how flexible it actually is. He is. He's come back for the bit of head that he's left on the aerial. Come on, Sam.
Listen, I'll see you if I put me on YouTube.
Hey, there he is. That's where the hair started out. Yeah. Look at the blood all over him. Do you know what's funny now? It's not fucking funny when it happens. Just pick this off out of here. There we go. Come here, Sam, I'll stick it back on for you. Look, you did. Look, his little bits of hair. shoulders up whilst I'm on the flipping ladder of doom. Sam, can you go above that window head a bit better as well? Now usually, when you're rendering, you want to start right to left if you're right-handed and come back this way. And that's just so the stuff ties in with each other. But this goes on that tight and it's that sticky, you don't need to worry about it. So it's actually more of a pain getting rid of the heel lines, because as I showed you before, the minute you touch it when it's gone off a little bit, it just drags. So it's easier to put it on like you would if it was sticky. Okay, how many batteries in that whisk? What's the battery on? How much juice is left in the whisk? 2 bars out of 3. You use that all day? Sound. That whisk, by the way, has done. We've done all the front of this. It's all been done. Just with that. And there as well, and now we're just throwing this side on. It's mixed for all that, it's used 1 bar. They are fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal. I can't say it. You know what I'm trying to say. We're talking about that whisk. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to plug that now as well. If you fancy the chance to win a Dewalt cordless mixer, a brand new one with 2 9-amp-hour batteries, I've had that one. I've had that now for a year, 2 years? About 2 years, still going strong, still the same batteries. I think years before COVID, wasn't it? Yeah, I've had it quite a while anyway. But anyway, yeah, fantastic. Worth about 650 quid, I think they are now. Links in the description. Put your name on the list, and you can potentially win one of those. Now with his handleless bucket. Now what's good is, not only is he risking his life,
He's just putting it down. No.
he needs you to take it off him. You okay, Key? Give it a little push down, Sam, when you take it off him. Push down a little bit. Just making you stronger, Kieran. Now, ultimately, you end up with a product looking like that on the wall, which isn't much better than the first time. So what you do then is, get a nice wet sponge, literally has to be really wet. Now we've let this go right in, like literally, you know, it's basically going off. If you do it when it's wet, it just drags round, so you let it go right off with a good wet sponge all over. Now, I think a lot of times that's how some fellas leave it, but what I like to do then is once he's give it a good sponge all over, I hit it with a nice hard steel trowel. So as Sam goes ahead sponging, I come back over it then with another pass. With a nice hard steel trowel. I'll just close the surface in, and it takes out all the big lines and ridges and bumps. Now don't forget, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, because it is getting an acrylic top coat with an aggregate over the top, but you don't want any big lines. So doing this, sponging it, and the extra bit of time it takes just to hit it with the trowel and flatten it, just makes the whole process a lot easier. Bolt of you, yeah, done.
I think it was that one there, that one or that one down there. Well, look what you're going to get through. Don't squeeze me right now and show us how it's...
Oh, it is a bit tight as rose. How many times have you hit your head?
Twice.
Where's the other bump now? Let's have a look at the... Show us the front one. Show us. a little chunk out of there. Where's the other dint?
Somewhere in here.
Oh.
Oh, because you wanted to get one last wall on.
Well, we're here, we may as well get it done, mightn't we?
Vegetables.
Why is that so close, Kurt?
Who's the plumber Kurt that's meant to be doing the back? Have you got anyone yet?
Yeah, he's coming, yeah, it's coming tomorrow morning.
Ready?
Yeah. It's 20 to 5. Stand here, can you show them down this? It's 20 to 5 now. We've basically got 20 minutes to get this finished and go. I don't want to be here after 5 o'clock. Oh, text messages.
Sambone.
Yep. Is that okay? Are we done? Yeah, mate, can I pass you these strassels now? Still a little nib there needs doing. I knew someone would forget about that. That still needs doing. And that's it for today. And there you go. That's Wednesday. Nothing too exciting. Basically just putting the second pass of base coat on and getting it nice and smooth, ready for the primer, and then the acrylic render is going to go on top of that. So when I finished that, shot home, had a quick bite to eat, and then I went for my second ever class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like ground fighting it is that we're doing, that I'm having a go of. Anyway, never done it before, and I went on Monday and I went again today, and I tell you what, everything hurts. I mean, there's little whippersnappers there. I'm not even kidding you. I'm about 16 and a half, 17 stone. I don't want to be. I want to get down, you know, to probably about 15 stone, really. I think 15 stone suits me. Sort of less than that, I look a bit too thin. But anyway, there's lads there, and they must be about 13 stone, right? And I'm sort of like rolling with them, they call it. You know, I'm rolling with them. I tell you what, these kids are like anacondas. They just get you, and then everywhere you move, they just tighten up and tighten down. I'm like, give in. Tap. Oh, it's flipping nuts. It's it's interesting. It's completely different to what I'm used to, and it's amazing how tiring it actually is wrestling with someone on the floor. Even someone that, you know, you think you could quite easily overpower just with sheer strength and weight. But these guys, you know, they're just masters at knowing how to move the hips, and they call it putting frames in, you know, putting their elbows in certain places and the knees in certain places. I mean, I'm probably not doing it any justice talking about it because I've literally done 2 hours of it in my whole life now. So, but I've quite enjoyed it anyway. So, anyway, we're back on the trowel again tomorrow. So, guys, in the meantime, adios. Take care. Oh, don't forget as well, I mentioned about that whisk. If you want a chance to win that whisk, click on the link in the description. Cheers, guys. Love you. Ciao.